Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another wonderful round here at the Degenerate Racing League. Hello to the racers, the race watchers, and even someone's mom. Therefore, hello, ladies. Just kidding. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here tonight for another wonderful round here at the Degenerate Race League. Let's take a look at the calendar before we get started. We've been to Zolder. We've been to the 24 Hours of Nürburgring. Now we're at Silverstone on the 11th of March. Next week, we're going to be driving the Red Bull Ring. And we'll be approaching the halfway point of the championship once the Red Bull Ring is completed. Taking a look at our Patreon subscribers from Ricky, Bobby, Russell, Stanford, all the way down to Mike Fuller and John Malott. Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts here at the DRL for keeping the lights on, keeping the servers going, and keeping the broadcast as lively as possible. Thank you so much for your continued support, and Patreon subscriptions go a long way to keeping DRL in action. The drivers have already gotten underway for their qualifying session, so without any further delay, let's get down to seeing what the drivers are all up to this fine evening here at the Silverstone Racing Circuit. Artur Hermanis holding on to P1 right now with a 159.5. Don Donovan in second place. Tarugo in third place. Batislav Maverick in fourth place. Russell Stanford in fifth. Sean Ches in sixth. John Malott in seventh. Tyler Morgan, Alan Young, Don Fossman, Juan Lopez, Braden Breeze, and then Buggy Watt. And that'll round out all of the Pro-Am drivers that are racing tonight. And we still have all of the pro drivers get to do their qualifying. 2 minutes and 30 seconds until the Pro-Am split is concluded. And then we'll just have the pros go out there and set their hot laps. We were racing around Silverstone, 3.6 miles or 5.8 kilometers long, founded in 1948, the current layout since 2020, located in Northamptonshire, England. 18 corners total, 8 to the left, 10 to the right, with 30 feet of elevation change. Can you believe that Silverstone has less elevation change than Paul Ricard? Still unbelievable. I mean, I get it. Silverstone is pretty flat, but I mean, Paul Ricard is flat. Flatter than flat. But Paul Ricard has 100 feet of elevation change. Silverstone only has 30. Surprise, surprise. And it's about the same length, too. Which is crazy. I think Paul Ricard is 3.7 miles or 5.9 kilometers long, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Just doing a broadcast about Paul Ricard the other day. Yeah, Paul Ricard, 3.5 miles, 5.7 kilometers. The exact same length. Absolutely nutty. It's actually, Paul Ricard is shorter than Silverstone. There's a fun fact for you. How's that for a fun fact? Václav Maverick takes pole position away from Don Donovan and Artur Hermanis. .58 thousandths of a second is what separates Don from pole position right now, with 3 seconds remaining in their session. That means all the drivers who are out right now would just get this lap to throw their hats in the ring for pole position. But Václav Maverick threw his hat out of the ring already as he sits in pit lane, and you can see the slew of pro drivers getting out onto the racing circuit. The 666 stopped there on the racing circuit. Whom is that? 666 Braden Breeze. He worked out to the pit lane. The 333 would be Don Donovan. Here's the slew of pro drivers. The 555 is still out there. That'll be Alan Young doing a valid lap. Don Fossman is gaining 0.6 of a second right now. The 410 of Buggy Watt gaining 0.2. Let's check out Don Fossman's lap. The Party Pickle driver. Getting to the line, where does he end up? The 555 ends up in 6th place overall. Don gets to the line, and Don Fossman ends up in 9th place overall, number 11. 410 of Buggy Watt, 13th place is all he was able to produce, 203.177. Taking a look at the standings for the Pro-Am drivers, Artur Hermanis, back-to-back wins so far in their championship, 51 points to their name. Juan Lopez in 2nd place. This is after the drop round, of course. Drop round of 10 for Juan Lopez puts him at 45 points with a 2nd place finish, tied with Tyler Morgan, who has a drop round of 2nd place for some reason and not a drop round of 8th place. Interesting. But he's tied for 45 points. John Ches, the Party Pickle driver, nothing but third place for him. The good podium results for Sean Ches, 40 points to their name. Alan Young in fifth place with 36 points, tied with Vladislav Maverick, who's got a fourth and a sixth round drop. 36 points there. Wes Romery in seventh place with sixth and seventh place finishes. Perudo with a seventh place and a DNS for round 2 at Nürburgring. Don Donovan in ninth place. Don Fossman in 10th. John Malott in 11th. Jason Hayes in 12th. Buggy Watt in 13th. Grant Zahara in 14th. Russell Stanford in 15th. Braden Breeze in 16th. Ricky Bobby in 17th position. Thank you, Alex Hansen. Really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you very much for being here, as always. And Omar Kane finds himself off at Anttree. Mitch Nairati as well going off Anttree. Only a few drivers actually getting this one to be valid. 77. Cooper Atherton lets that one stick. 58.432. Dean Stefani in second place. He gets bumped back by Darren Wicks, who is now in second place. Dean Stefani holds on to third. Jakob Stofko throws down seventh place. Kevin Palaniuk goes into fourth place, 159.1. And we're going to see these times tumble down. Nathan Henderson slips into fourth place, bumping everybody back. Palaniuk down to fifth now. Jakob Stofko in eighth. Andrej Sturman does best for 10th place there. Gets bumped back to 11th as Neil Kerbal goes third place. Darren Wicks going pretty fast right now. Let's check him out. Greenlight Racing Team coming around through Stowe. Out of Lewis Hamilton straight into Abbey and then Club, we switch over to Nathan Henderson, who is in fifth place right now, the number 31 AMG driver for PPL Racing. Back over to Darren Wicks, who's improving by 0.6 of a second. He's coming through the loop and on to the Wellington straight right now. Back over to Nathan Henderson very briefly as he's chasing down the Green Monster GTR. Who is driving that in 21st place? Bradley Cooper, the number 91. Cooper Atherton throws down pole position, 158.062. Darren Wicks in second place, 158.180. Dean Stefani trying to go find that pole position right now. On this lap, he's 24 seconds into it. Omar Kane in sixth place, right behind Neil Kerbal, 158.770. Compared to Neil Kerbal, who's done a 158.767. Almost identical there. Neil Kerbal best that time, though, 158.390. Jakob Stofko and the MA70 Esports driver driving the Lamborghini tonight. Kevin Palaniuk, Big Tune Racing, the number 19. In 11th place, 159.100. Palahniuk not improving. Nathan Henderson actually looking like he was about to grab pole position. He's looking pretty good right now. 0.8 of a second. Jakob Stofko, though, improving by quite a bit. Coming through Woodcock now. The final corner, 1.6 is his advantage to himself. And he does go pole position, 157.845 for Jakob Stofko. Cooper Atherton's pole position time was a 58.062, but just got bested by 0.2 of a second by Jakob. Nathan Henderson only good enough for 5th position on the grid right now. The number 31, 158.315. Cooper Atherton pulls off the track. Excuse me, he just had a yellow flag, I should say. 2nd place driver. Dean Stefani not improving on this lap. Darren Wicks is improving on this lap, but he's only halfway through the track. Just came through Stowe and Vale now. Darren Wicks, a big contender here for the championship for the Greenlight Racing team, looking like he wants to put together a haul of points tonight at Silverstone. Time keeps slinking away from him, kind of right here at Antry. He's down to just gaining 0.2 of a second through sector 3 now. He goes. Ooh, and Jakob Stofko nearly breaches track limits coming through the final 2 corners, and that'll be it for this qualifying session. 157.695 will be the pole position, and it'll be Jakob Stofko's race to lose now. Darren Wicks in P2, 157.910. Andrej Sturman in 3rd place, the other MA70 esports driver. In 3rd place, Omar Kane getting to the line. Can he improve? 158.587, but that won't be enough for him to do any better than 8th place. Sturman, Cooper Atherton, Dean Stefani, Nathan Henderson, Neil Kerbel, Shooter McGavin is no longer on a valid lap, it looks like. We're just waiting on the number 5, and the 5 crosses the line, and that will be it. Thank you for letting me know, Nyrads. The car 666 is a Pro-Am entry, but just had an entry list issue. That would be Braden Breeze in that 666 car. Start our livery rundown. Jakob Stofko in P1 with a 157.695. Driving the Lamborghini for MA70 Esports. Darren Wicks in P2, the number 46 Ferrari in second place. Andrej Sturman, number 71 Lamborghini driver, also for MA70 Esports, right behind his teammate. Cooper Atherton, the number 77 in fourth place. Following that will be Dean Stefani, the number 877, 4/10 off the pace, in fifth. Nathan Henderson, the number 31, 6/10 of a second back, in sixth place. Neil Kerbel, the 395, and he is driving Starship Velociraptor car. Omar Kane, the number 13, in eighth place, 8/10 off in eighth. Shooter McGavin, the number 69, in ninth place. Norris Yu, the number 530, in 10th place overall. Spencer Braun, the number 7 Brando GP car, in 11th place. Mitch Nairati, the number 32, is in 12th place, 1.395 off the good. Kevin Palaniuk, also 1.395 with the same time as Mitch Nairati, number 19 in 13th. Vladislav Maverick, the number 74 in 14th. Don Donovan, the 333 for Halftone Racing, in 15th position. Following that's going to be Bradley Cooper, number 91 in 16th position, 1.6 back. 1.8 back is Frank Castle, the number 5 in 17th position, and Artur Hermanis, the number 44 in 18th position. Joshua Rodriguez, the number 93 in 19th spot, 1.9 back. Tarugo, the number 8, is in 20th position, 2.3 off the pace, driving for Big Tune Racing. Defense not found for Tyler Morgan, number 72, is in 21st position. Alan Young, the 555, in 22nd place for Russ Money. Sean Ches in the Party Pickle, number 16, is in 23rd. Followed by Russell Stanford and Russ Money, number 20 and 24th. Don Fossman, the number 11, in 25th position. John Malott, the number 85, in 26th spot. Then we have Juan Lopez, the number 58, in 27th position. Braden Breeze, the 666, in 28th. Following that will be Buggy Watt and the number 410 in 29th position. And the cars are rolling for the long formation lap here at Silverstone. One of these days, I'll just narrate the formation lap like the race has already started. And they're in single file line right now, all nose to tail right now as we come down the hangar straight. And who's going to make a move up the inside line? Darren Wicks is closing down the gap on the MA70 Esports driver. That is Jakob Stofko, but he's bobbing and weaving as Cooper Atherton in the background of Andrej Sturman. I don't think he's going to make a move on this occasion. Who is that? Also, a lot of cars bobbing and weaving, just trying to cover off that inside line as we approach Stowe now. And it is all sorts of calamity, but mostly clean here at the DRL. Drivers about to get formed up side by side coming down the Wellington Straight as we turn into Brooklands. And out through left field, Jakob Stafko will control the field. Jakob to the inside line, followed by Andrej Sturman in that single file formation. Darren Wicks, Cooper Atherton to the outside.
Green line. Give me the way
And
you can.
green, 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 away we go. And there's a big jump from Jakob Stafko. And it looks like the other MA70 Esports driver wants to hold on to third place against Cooper Atherton. Atherton's bobbing and weaving, looking to the inside line here at the entrance to Maggots and Beckett's. Doing a good job of getting covered off by Andrej Sturman. Sturman covers it off very well. And there's Nathan Henderson in the background driving the AMG. That might be the only AMG on the grid tonight, and it looks like mostly clean and tidy for all the drivers. There goes Neil Kerbel battling it out with Shooter McGavin. And Shooter McGavin getting a little dicey there towards the outside line, giving Neil Kerbel a little bit of a run for his money. And then there's going to be Mitch Nairati and Norris Yu battling it out between themselves. They're teammates on this racetrack. Shooter McGavin is trying to cover off the alternate racing line on the entrance to Club, but can't cover it off in the nick of time. Has to deal with what he's got. Darren Wicks getting into an incident with Andrej Sturman. Where is Sturman on the track? He looks like he is in fourth place. Darren Wicks in second place right now. We'll see if we can get an instant review of what happened after the dust has settled. Vladislav Maverick getting involved in the incident as well, I think, with Buggy Watt, the 410. Nathan Henderson getting threatened by Omer Kane. Kane has got to deal with Dean Stefani first and foremost. That is the other green light racing car looking up the inside line at Brooklands. Doesn't want to make a move just yet. We're only one lap into this 45-minute race with a mandatory pit stop requirement. No tires will be required for the drivers, but we will have to go ahead and make a guaranteed pit stop. Minimum 1 liter of fuel being required for the drivers to splash and dash their way out again. Neil Kerbel and the Starship Velociraptor team has gotten a move done on Shooter McGavin. All drivers going a little bit wide there at turn 1 of Copse. And we all know you don't stick a wheel at the inside at Copse, folks. Said by Toto Wolff. And someone is off there. That's Dean Stefani, the 877, off there at the entrance of Maggots and Beckett's. Able to regain his track position over at Chapel, but loses out quite a few positions in the meanwhile. Number 85, John Malott, seemingly involved with a solo incident, or an incident with the 410 on lap 1. And that sent him to the back of the pack. He's about a quarter of a lap down right now. Looking at Spencer Braun as he chases down Norris Yu, and there goes Shooter McGavin. He's tumbled and fallen at the exit of the Hamilton Straight. He is just sitting there. Oh, he wrote Highsauger on the rear wing. I never noticed that before. Rathstein getting a little squirrely. He's in third place right now, trying to push a little hard. Catch back up to Darren Wicks, who's 1 second off the road, but he's got Andre Sturman behind, who's really menacing right now and forcing his efforts at this time, because Darren Wicks is 1.8 off of Jakob Stofko after just 2 laps here. I think he's got to deal with best of the rest at this point in time. Darren Wicks, Cooper Atherton, Andre Sturman, and Nathan Henderson, Omer Kane, and then Neil Kerbel in the background. And strike my last, it looks like Nairati and Omer Kane both involved in an incident there. See if we can get an incident replay of what happened to the 19. Oh, now the 19's off as well. Side-by-side battle between Bradley Cooper and Spencer Braun coming to the entrance of Club the 91. That'll be Bradley Cooper chasing down Spencer Braun of the Brondo GP team. Josh Rodriguez all by his lonesome. Let's check back in with Andre Sturman, the 4th place car for now. We all know that the MA70 esports drivers are on another level. Jakob Stofko showing us what he was made of last season, and Andre Sturman having a big slide coming through the second to last corner. Almost lost it there, but manages to keep it on the asphalt. 38 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in this race, folks. And we're already seeing the drivers open up their gaps by a slight margin, I should say. Spencer Braun and Frank Castle. Castle has to check up coming through Stowe, and Vale pump of the brakes behind Spencer Braun. Probably did not anticipate him slowing down there as much as he did. And Spencer Braun's running at around 202.4 on that previous lap. He's quite a bit slower than the cars all around him that are running around 201, so he's acting as a little bit of a cork in a bottle. Here's Sean Ches, Mitch Nairati, and Tarugo, all single file line in this quadruple. If a thruple is a, well, no, it's a triple. Quadruple way battle. Triple battle. Quadruple battle. Someone fact check me on that. Too tired to figure that one out. John Ches, Mitch Nairati, Tarugo, and Omer Kane actually lurking in the background. Kane on a bit of a recovery right now. Kane started in 8th, lost 11 off the start now, resting his head in 19th position right now. It looks like there's already a pit stop called for Mitch Nairati here on lap number 3. Pitting out from the battles that he was in right there. Trying to pull off a nice undercut on the rest of the field. Not a bad strategy. Oh no, in the 555 of Alan Young. stranded at Beckett's. Very weird place for him to get caught. And the 555 of Russ Money's Alan Young will get rolling again. Spencer Braun caught up to the rear end of Norris Yu, or other way around. Norris Yu was able to get past Spencer Braun. Now Spencer Braun to the inside line coming through Village. It's going to switch back here at the loop and entry. Spencer Braun get a run on the BMW. That's something you don't hear very often. Side by side coming down the Wellington Straight, and it is Spencer Braun's position gained reaffirmed on the Wellington Straight there. Let's check in with Andrej Sturman, and he's chasing down Cooper Atherton. He's about half a second away. Hello, Burt Macklin. Vladislav Mavic and Kevin Palanen getting involved in a brief incident. Sean Ches in the party pickle. Number 16 car in 17th position overall. 8/10 separates him from Tarugo out in front. Let's check back in with Vladislav Maverick here. On board with Mav. Looking at Norris Yu, who's caught up to Spencer Braun yet again. Frank Castle and the number 5 lurking in the background. Cooper Atherton still getting threatened by Andrej Sturman. There's a battle that's not going to go away anytime soon. Cooper Atherton trying to hold on to the lead of this championship right now, as his work cut out for him with the MA70 eSports driver right behind him, and Darren Wicks in front of him, escaping by 1 second now. Oh, there's a big lunge by the number 5. Look, but don't touch. He was looking like he wanted to go for a move on Norris Yu, but didn't quite act on it. Do you like Silverstone? Asks Burt Macklin. I think it's the actual worst. I don't mind Silverstone, to be honest. I've done a couple of 24-hour races at Silverstone. It's not bad. I just can never remember which one's Cops and which one's Abbey, because they're the exact same corner. After pretty much the exact same length of straightaway, and they have pit boxes on the grid as well. So once I figure that out, I'm usually okay. Looking on the rear wing of that green light racing car, Darren Wicks, looking back at Cooper Atherton. Now Frank Castle, Bradley Cooper, Joshua Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who actually won the Nürburgring event last week. Not sitting at the top of the charts here at Silverstone. Checking back in here at Brooklands. Oh, and there goes Joshua Rodriguez a little bit deep at Luffield. This battle's actually hot enough to be something. Darren Wicks, Cooper Atherton, Andrej Sturman. Thought Darren Wicks had escaped once he built that 1 second gap, but no, the times are nearly identical and coming down between Darren Wicks and Cooper Atherton. 158.9 to 158.9. Almost identical lap times, but it's going the way in Cooper Atherton's favor there. Here's Norris Yu, Frank Castle. Number 5 looking like he wants to pounce again at Brooklands, thinks better of it, and falls in single file line behind Norris Yu. 159.8 to 159.8. Norris Yu and Frank Castle are lapping nearly about the same, and Bradley Cooper's falling back now. 159.7 on that previous lap. There goes the number 5, and he is going to stick a wheel up the inside line at Copse. I thought he was going to, but Frank Castle in the Sandbag Syndicate car decided better of it. Now under threat from Bradley Cooper behind the number 91. Battle for the lead of the Pro-Am category. Don Donovan and Arthur Hermanis. Hermanis going for the triple threat, back-to-back-to-back wins here at the Degenerate Racing League. Don Donovan trying to thwart those efforts. Don's had a bit of a hit-miss-hit season so far. He's usually run pretty well, and then something happens to his race that really takes him out of contention. 17th place on round 1, 5th place for round 2. And a drive-through penalty already for Buggy Watt. Drive-through penalty at this point in time has got to be due to track limits. There are no live stewards here at the Degenerate Elite Racing that I'm aware of. There was a time, Alex Hansen, when I was able to do alien times at Silverstone in a Lexus. Not anymore. Not anymore, unfortunately. Here's Don Fossman and Russell Stanford going side by side down the Hangar Straight. Ooh, and there goes Juan Lopez trying to find a way by. Gets pushed off onto the grass, almost loses it under the braking zone. Lopez 1.5 away from Don Fossman after that big braking miss onto the grass there. Frank Castle and Norris Hughes battle still continuing, going on for the past 5 laps or so. Checking back in with Cooper Atherton. Heads away from Darren Wicks. Ooh, what about Frank Castle and Norris Yu? Side by side they go. It looks like Norris Yu went a little wide there at Stowe. Regain track position and oh, here it is. Frank Castle going a little bit wide. He's definitely going to be using one of those speed token violations, and he does use it to get past Norris Yu. Now, will he have to give that position back? I'm not sure. Now Norris Yu falling back a little bit. Bradley Cooper up the inside line, down the Wellington Straight into Brooklyn. So they're going to go side by side, but bump and grind all the way, more than an R. Kelly song. And they're going to come around left field. That'll be position defended by Norris Yu. And Bradley Cooper just got nudged a little too far out wide for him to keep on defending. Here's Tyler Morgan, number 72 in 19th place. Now Braden Breeze under threat from John Malott in the background.
We are at the halfway mark. Keep pushing.
Halfway point of the race, the 666, and they are in the amateur category, so that is a battle for position in class between himself, John Malott, and Alan Young. Checking back in with Cooper Atherton, the number 77, still holding on to third place now. Checking with Bradley Cooper. Oh, going side by side with Norris Yu. A little flashy up the headlights there out of frustration from one of the drivers. Not sure which one it was. Monster Truck car did get past Norris Yu. Darren Wicks, our second place driver, is 6 seconds back from Jakob Stafko. Don Donovan 4/10 back from Artur Hermanis, and this is a battle that is brewing up to be something. This is going to be for the points on the line, especially for Artur Hermanis. 3 times winning here at the Degenerate Racing. Vladislav Maverick, Russell Stanford into pit lane on this occasion. Lap 11. Jakob Stafko getting around. The number 11, if I'm not mistaken, that'll be Don Fossman, who has taken his pit stop already. Drivers that have taken their pit stop. Oh, Shooter McGavin with a stop-go 30 that he served, as well as serving his pit stop already. Don Fossman serving their mandatory. Sean Ches, Nairati, Buggy Watt, Tyler Morgan, Braden Breeze, Alan Young, Russell Stanford, Joshua Rodriguez, Kevin Kalanick, Brugo, Vladislav Maverick, and Dean Stefani, all serving their mandatory pit stops already. Nope, Buggy Watt has not served his pit stop. He just served a drive-through penalty. Now, excuse me. Now things are awfully quiet. We're waiting for the pit stop cycle to fully complete before we find out where the drivers end up laying. Darren Wick serves his mandatory pit stop, 10.6 seconds stationary. A lot of drivers electing to not take tires this season. It really has become a fuel management game here at the Degenerate Race League for the drivers that can manage their fuel or take a heavier fuel load. Have been doing a lot better than those that have tried to split the race down in half and take an additional pit stop. Don Fossman almost got taken out there by the car behind. I think that's the 41 for the 410. That might be the 410 of Buggy Watt. Yes, that was the 410 of Buggy Watt. Cooper Atherton into pit lane out of second place. This is really kicking things off. Drivers covering off the undercut as much as possible now. Look at the spread of cars that we have out on the racing circuit. Joshua Rodriguez and Kevin Palaniuk, the closest battle on the racing circuit. They're separated by 0.4 of a second right now. Kevin Palaniuk with a 2:01. Joshua Rodriguez able to get by up the inside line, 1:59.2 for Rodriguez. Kevin Palaniuk, 2:01.4. John Watts into pit lane. Goes Bradley Cooper. Ethan Henderson going a little bit slowly on the racetrack. He's the number 31, but I think that must have just been due to him getting past some traffic there. Yes, Nathan Henderson actually behind the 410 of Buggy Watt. Side by side between Tarugo, Joshua Rodriguez, and Kevin Palaniuk now. There goes Rodriguez through up the inside line on Kevin Palaniuk, able to get the move done and dusted. Rejoins the racetrack in front of Tarugo now. That was an amazing showstopper of a move, and now Kevin Palaniuk's got his own teammate to contend with. Tarugo and Palaniuk, both part of Big Tune Racing. Omar Kane get passed by Dean Stefani, who has already taken a pit stop, so alternate strategies being served. Spencer Braun down pit lane he goes. Kevin Palaniuk and Frank Castle going after it with each other. Frank Castle spent 40.1 seconds in the pit lane versus Palaniuk's 25.7 seconds. So Frank Castle definitely took a new set of boots for that Honda NSX. Palaniuk trying to cover off any charge from Frank Castle on the entrance to Brooklyn, but Frank Castle is going to try to go the long way around. Will it switch it up to the inside? He did, and he got on the brakes. Will Kevin Palaniuk find a switchback on this occasion, though? He's trying, he's looking, he cannot find the door open. Frank Castle promptly there to close the door. Cooper Atherton running in 7th place right now, the first of the pit stoppers from the lead of the race. And following that, it's going to be Darren Wicks, Dean Stefani, Omar Kane, Spencer Braun, Artur Hermanis, Vladislav Maverick, Bradley Cooper, Joshua Rodriguez, Frank Castle. Omar Kane has not taken his pit stop yet. Yu comes down pit lane, the number 530. There's a little bit of an off from the 666. Don Fossman, the number 11, should be able to get through on this occasion. Or maybe not, switching it up to the inside line for Club and Vale. Oh, that's a big send out of Don Fossman, but he makes the move stick. Oh, Bradley Cooper and that was disappearing car. That was Joshua Rodriguez, but Joshua Rodriguez tumbled down the order and might be out of this race. That is a darn shame for a driver that just won at Nürburgring. Kevin Palaniuk loses a position to Juan Lopez at the entrance to Maggots and Beckett. Yu leads Bradley Cooper by 1 second right now. We still have 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining on the clock, and the first 4 drivers have yet to make their pit stop, as well as Omar Kane. Don Donovan just decided to make his pit stop, so we'll see what the running order looks like after this. Bradley Cooper closed down that 1 second gap to 3/10 of a gap now between himself and Norris Yu. Oh, lap traffic giveth. Lap traffic's going to take it away. That's Vladislav Maverick dicing things up between Norris Yu and Bradley Cooper. Actually, they're all on the same lap. Excuse me. Vladislav Maverick loses 2 positions for 1 on that occasion. He's running at around 2-minute laps. He only pit for 17.6 seconds versus the 30-second pit stops that Norris Yu and Bradley Cooper both did. So the fresh tires obviously showing its strengths right about now. Side by side between Darren Wicks and Cooper Atherton. Now, this is an interesting battle because Andrej Sturman actually is ahead of Cooper Atherton and Darren Wicks right now. Darren Wicks was in second place, but now a couple seconds extra that was gained in the pit stop cycle from Cooper Atherton sent him in front. Now Andrej Sturman under threat, and his pit stop was 11.9 seconds long. Cooper Atherton 9.8 seconds.
Leaders on final lap now.
And a 3.95 coming down pit lane on this lap, so this will be the final lap for all the racers. The number 70 inherits the lead yet again. That'll be Jakob Stofko as he approaches Comps this time around. Then Neil Kerbel still has to come out. Don Donovan and Artur Hermanis go after it, and they collide with each other. Don able to get the move done on, oh my goodness, Artur Hermanis. No longer will he be the 3-time winner. This is going to be an epic battle when it gets down to Andrej Sturman in second place, Cooper Atherton in third place. Autopilot. And ACC TV just decided to crash on me, so we're gonna have to do everything manually. Jakob Stofko holds on to the fastest lap and the lead of this race as he approaches Antry and Village for the final time. 100 Sherman in second place, Cooper Atzman in third, Darren Wicks in fourth, Neil Kerbel in fifth, Nathan Henderson in sixth. Let's check out that battle between Artur Hermanis and Don Donovan yet again. Artur Hermanis really trying to find any way by, cooks it on the brakes at the entrance to Club, could not keep it collected, and that might be it for Artur Hermanis' efforts. Man, what a close battle between himself and Don Donovan.
The leader has finished the race.
Jakob Stofko finishes the race in first place. Then Andrej Sturman will cross the line in second. And right behind him will be Cooper Atherton in third place. Darren Wicks in fourth, Neil Kerbel in fifth, Nathan Henderson in sixth place. Dean Stefani 12.6 seconds back will cross the line in seventh. Spencer Braun, the number 7, in eighth place. Don Donovan, the first of the Pro-Ams to cross the line, will take home P1. Artur Hermanis, the number 44, P2 in their category. Norris Yu will cross the line next, followed by Bradley Cooper, Frank Castle. Then Vladislav Maverick takes P3. Juan Lopez in P4. Then Omer Kane, Tarugo, Russell Stanford, Mitch Nairati, Sean Ches and the Party Pickles, Kevin Palaniuk, and Shooter McGavin. Waiting for Kevin Palaniuk, the number 19, to cross the line, and that will do it here at the Degenerate Racing League. And we'll give it a few minutes to see if anybody wants to come in for interviews. No interviews, Jake Carl Smokes. Nobody's come down. Oh, Juan Lopez is here. Sorry, Juan, I didn't see you. Mr. Juan Lopez, can you hear me? Hello? Test, test.
Say it one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. There you go.
How are you doing, Mr. Juan Lopez? Sorry I didn't see you down there.
No worries. I saw there was no interview, so I figured I might as well hop in.
Pretty exciting race for yourself, huh?
It was not the best start. Well, to be honest, I didn't have much practice, so I wasn't. I mean, like what I didn't expect much, but I got better throughout the race, and I was overtaking people, which was quite exciting.
Yeah, I see that. Your last lap being your fastest lap of the race, a 2-minute 5:27, and you pulled out a pretty good pit stop for yourself as well. So you're passing people left, right, and center, and you're kind of falling into a groove now to catch up to the mid pack, really.
Yeah, that's what it looked like throughout the whole race. It was a horrible qualifying. Really good start, and then I saw that for whatever reason, everyone else's lap times were not as fast as quali, and it shocked me. I'm not trying to dig at anyone, but it shocked me because I kept the same pace throughout the whole race, roughly like a mid 2:0, high 2:01.
That's pretty good with a higher fuel load and worn tires towards the end of the race. That's pretty darn good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw there were a bunch of accidents though.
A few accidents and self-inflicted incidences, I would say.
Oof.
But mostly a clean race. It's Silverstone, so it's pretty quiet out here.
It is. I would have thought more people would love Silverstone. I know, I like it. It's a challenging track, that's for sure. Especially the first sector can be extremely tricky.
It's always difficult to manage maggots and beckets and how you want to tackle it. You want to downshift, you want to coast into it, you want to brake hard. There's so many different ways that you can tackle maggots and beckets. It makes it extremely intimidating to get through.
It's also the beauty of it because so many different styles you can. It definitely makes up for good battles in the long run.
That's for sure. It did make for a lot of good battles, and we've got a ton of highlights to get through here tonight. What were your highlights from the race?
Oh man, in the beginning, Boogie Watt, oh my god, he was so hard to just get around. Eventually, my pick crew chief, he just basically told me you need to get around him, like stop playing around. And I went a little aggressive, but managed to stick a line, so that was a highlight. And then towards the end, it was quite exciting racing with Frank. He got out of the pits, so I tried to keep up with him, and that was a no-go. He just lost me.
Yeah, Frank Cass was quite rapid. Plus, he ended up taking tires, so he was going to have the pace on the rest of the field. His best lap being 1:59.2. He had some more pace up for sure.
Got it. Yeah. I couldn't keep up. I tried, and I just said, okay, I'm just gonna stick to my line and not overdrive.
Right on. You did a good job of managing to not overdrive the car, not get involved in any incidences. Finished 15th place overall. That's got to feel pretty good after having not a lot of practice.
Oh yeah, feels amazing. That's the Achilles heel right now. If I can get some practice in, I'll for sure be fighting for the top spots, or at least I'll try.
Well, here's to you getting some practice for next week and getting back on the racetrack before next week's or before the next week's practice session. You looking forward to the next track?
Oh, what is the next track? I don't know.
Drum roll, please.
I'm drum rolling in the air for you.
We're checking. We are checking. Race 4. The Red Bull Ring. That's right.
Oof. I'm gonna need a lot of practice. I have not raced Red Bull Ring in who knows how long.
Oh man.
Oh,
And
the pit entry. I think that's gonna be terrible for me because I don't even know where it's at.
yeah, it's going to be awfully hard to do Red Bull Ring if you have not practiced it before. It's one of those. It's like a 90-second track, but it's extremely difficult to master.
Got it. So, set up some time to practice over the weekend.
Get some
Gotcha.
practice. That's for sure.
All right. Hell yeah,
Do
for
whatever
sure.
you can to hit the track.
Definitely.
Other than that, is
Well,
there anybody that you want to mention or anybody that you want to thank? Is your mom watching?
no, but I should probably make her watch. Thank. I'd like to thank you, man. Streaming it, commentating and everything. I appreciate it. I like to see the replays and everything. See what you see.
Right on. Thank you very much, my friend Juan Lopez. Appreciate it. Is there anything else that you want to mention before I let you go? We pretty much, well, I mean, you can kill all the time that you want. We've got another 13 laps or so of highlight reels. We can just sit here and talk about girls or whatever you want to talk about. I mean, not girls, Mom. We're going to talk about drugs instead. I mean, wait, hold on. What's worse?
Race cars, definitely. Yeah, race
Talk about
cars.
race
Yeah,
cars instead. This was a
yeah.
good battle as well. This was a battle between Joshua Rodriguez, Kevin Palaniuk, and his teammate Tarugo. A couple of good battles that ended up happening because of them. Joshua Rodriguez, he actually won at Nürburgring. Must be his favorite track or something like that. And then to see him down in, I think, 11th place is where he ended up finishing. Kind of disheartened for him. Oh, he didn't even finish the race here tonight. I forgot.
He didn't?
No, he didn't.
I wonder what happened.
I think he just got disconnected. He just like ghosted at one point in time. He blinked in and out of the track, and then just poof, he was gone.
Oh, that's terrible.
I could be wrong, but no, I'm pretty sure he just poof and disappeared. Yeah, I don't see him on my standings anymore, so I think he's gone. You never want to see a battle end like that, you know?
No, you never know. You never do, yeah.
Yeah, you just never want to see a mechanical issue be the thing that ends a good three-way battle or a two-way battle between a couple of people. Just never is great. And, yeah, it's just so many good highlights out of this one for sure. Nathan Henderson and Jakob Stafko. I think this is where Jakob gets back the lead of the race, or this is actually where Nathan Henderson must get by Jakob as Jakob takes his pit stop. No, it's just a glitch in the system. I love it when ACC does that. Someone glitches to pit lane and all of a sudden they're like, this is an overtake. No wonder there's so many highlights. Were you having any connection issues tonight?
Actually, I wasn't, but I did feel the, I guess it's a lag spike. Yeah, I felt it when I was on track.
Yeah, there was a couple of big lag spikes for me where I could just see cars glitching in and out, and I wasn't sure who was having the issues, if it was me or if it was someone else having the issue.
It might have been someone else, unfortunately.
Well, we know that at least one driver, Joshua Rodriguez, missed out on the mark by having a technical issue, and at least the stream went live tonight. Because when I was in the practice lobby, it was not looking good. I'll tell you that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, thank goodness the stream is up, and hopefully everyone gets their connection issues resolved by next race. Just disheartening.
Yeah, it really is. But hopefully it's an ACC thing and not like a user issue. Because how embarrassing would that be if it was like a specific Sagar Bakshi problem? I'd feel really stupid. Like, oh, I should have stopped downloading something.
Oh, that would have been embarrassing.
Oh, and I forgot. John Malott said that he was going to give away a livery to someone if a Ferrari won tonight race tonight's race, it doesn't look like anybody ended up winning the race, or Ferrari did not end up winning the race. So the bat medal does not get given out. Are you familiar with the bat medal livery?
I am not.
Well,
What
there
is
is
that?
a bat medal livery, a bat medal video that goes along with the livery, I guess. I have no idea what bat medal is.
I would have to look it up now. Now I'm curious.
I'll send
yeah.
you a link.
Yeah, definitely do.
Yeah, it's
What was your favorite battle by any chance, or favorite action shot tonight?
I think watching Cooper Atherton close down the gap on Darren Wicks was pretty exciting at the beginning of the race.
Mhm.
And then things kind of just stagnated for a little bit. And then the pit stop cycle where Cooper Atherton was able to get past Darren Wicks, but then somehow, some way, it looked like what's his name? Andrej Sturman was able to get second place. I thought that was pretty exciting. I know it wasn't like a on lap battle, but I thought that was pretty exciting. Was watching the leaders kind of duke it out for first, second, and third place.
I know on race I kept hearing the leaders pitting multiple times, so I definitely knew the pit stop was going to be a huge opportunity for overtaking and everything.
Oh, and then Arthur Hermanis and Don Donovan getting together as well. That was a good one.
They finished pretty close to each other, right?
Yeah, it was really close. 2.1 seconds. Arthur was trying to go for it on the final lap, but Don was able to get the position secured. And yeah, this would have been Arthur Hermanis' hat trick had he won the race.
So close, yet so far.
I know. It really was. It's so close for him, but yeah, just couldn't make it happen. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the highlight reel. We're going to close out the stream. Juan Lopez, thank you very much for hanging out with me and having this conversation. I really appreciate it, my good friend.
Hey, no worries. Anytime.
Have a good night, my buddy.
You too. Good night.
And that will wrap things up for us here tonight at the Degenerate Race League, folks. Thank you very much to Juan Lopez for stopping by to hang out with me for the interview session of the stream where we go over the highlights, and we're going to watch Jakob Stofko do a couple of pirouettes here, but we are going to close things out. Have a great night, everybody, and as always, make sure you stay safe out there, and we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Bye-bye.
Push it to the limit, take the lead in the DRL. We race with